you found this video for a reason. Deep down, you know you're ready for a change, ready to step into a life that overflows with abundance. The universe has guided you here because you're finally open to receiving what's always been yours to claim. Imagine waking up each morning knowing that you are not only attracting wealth, but becoming the person who naturally draws it into every corner of your life. This is not about chasing money or forcing success. It's about aligning your mind and spirit with the energy of abundance so that money, opportunities, and blessings flow to you without resistance. Today, you will discover why this is your time to attract $50 million into your life and how one simple daily affirmation can unlock the doors you've been waiting to open. The universe works in mysterious ways, but one thing is certain: it always responds to your inner world. That's why you're here. Because on some level, your mind and heart are finally ready to accept a new reality. This reality is bigger than you've ever imagined. It's not just about a number in your bank account. It's about transforming who you are inside so that every part of your life reflects abundance. When you align with this truth, you stop fighting against the current and start flowing with it. And as you learn to say the right words every day, you'll see the power of your thoughts become the power of your reality. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Your journey starts now. If you don't change how you see yourself, no matter what you do, nothing outside will ever change. You can work harder, hustle more, and chase every opportunity, but if your mind is stuck in the same old patterns, your life will stay exactly the same. That's why so many people feel stuck. They read books, take courses, and try every new strategy, but nothing sticks. The reason is simple. They keep trying to change the reflection in the mirror instead of changing the person looking into it. Think about it this way. If you look into a mirror and see a frown, you can't expect the reflection to smile back unless you smile first. The same rule applies to your life. The outer world is a mirror, always showing you who you are on the inside. If you believe you're not worthy of wealth, the world will reflect that belief back to you in every area: missed opportunities, failed ventures, and constant struggles. You'll find yourself working harder than ever, yet feeling like you're getting nowhere. Every time you think you're about to break through, something pulls you back. It's like a cycle you can't escape. This is why you need to understand what's really at stake. It's not just about money, it's about your entire life. If you keep operating from the same old identity, you'll keep getting the same old results. But if you change who you believe you are, the world around you has no choice but to change too. That's the key. This isn't just theory, it's a law of life. The universe can't help but reflect back to you who you are inside. So if you want to attract $50 million, you must first become the person who attracts it. And that starts right now. The mirror principle is one of the most powerful laws of reality. It's simple yet profound. Reality is like a mirror. It reflects back to you not just what you want, but who you are. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, every identity you create, it all shapes the reflection you see in the world around you. If you want to change what you see in that mirror, you need to change the image you're projecting into it. Let's talk about how this works. When you look at your life, your finances, your relationships, your health, what do you see? Are you seeing the results you want? Or are you stuck in patterns that keep repeating themselves no matter how hard you try to break free? That's because the mirror is showing you exactly what you believe about yourself and the world. If you believe you're not good with money, the mirror will reflect situations that confirm that belief. You'll find unexpected bills, failed investments, and missed opportunities. You'll think the problem is out there, but really, it's inside you. This is why the mirror principle is so important. It's the key to transforming your life from the inside out. The moment you change the way you see yourself, the mirror will start to change too. It might not happen instantly, but it will happen. When you believe you're worthy of $50 million, the universe will start rearranging itself to match that belief. Opportunities you never saw before will start showing up. People will respond to you differently. Doors that were closed will start to open. But here's the catch. Most people focus on the reflection instead of the image. They get caught up in the bills they have to pay, the problems they face, and the challenges they can't seem to overcome. They think if they can just fix the reflection, get more money, find a better job, or get rid of their problems, then everything will be okay. But that's not how it works. You can't change the reflection without changing the image. That's the heart of the mirror principle. So today, I want you to start thinking differently. Instead of looking at what's happening around you, start focusing on what's happening inside you. Who do you believe you are? What do you believe is possible for you? What would happen if you chose to believe that attracting $50 million is not only possible, but natural for you? That's where real change begins. It's time to step into the mirror and create the life you truly desire. When you hear the number $50 million, you might think it sounds too big or too far away. But the truth is, $50 million is not just a number, it's a symbol. It represents the life you've always dreamed of, the freedom to do what you love, and the power to help others in ways you've only imagined. It's not about the money itself, but about the feeling of abundance, confidence, and fulfillment that comes with it. When you set a bold goal like this, you're telling your mind and the universe that you're ready to live without limits. Imagine what $50 million could do for you. Think of the possibilities: financial freedom, a life where you never have to worry about paying bills, the ability to travel anywhere, and the chance to support causes that are close to your heart. Think about the peace of mind that comes from knowing that you're taken care of, that you can provide for your family and your future. This number is not just about luxury, it's about opening up a world of choices that most people only dream of. By setting this number as your goal, you're expanding your mind to think bigger. You're stepping out of the small box that society might have placed you in and declaring to yourself and the universe that you are ready to receive more. You're saying, I am worthy of the best that life has to offer. This is where true transformation begins. It's not about getting greedy or being unrealistic. It's about aligning yourself with the highest version of who you can be. When you accept that $50 million is not just possible but natural for you, you open the door to abundance that flows without effort. So don't be afraid of the number. Embrace it as a sign of your readiness to live in your highest potential. Let it inspire you to grow, to think differently, and to act with the confidence of someone who knows they're destined for greatness. The journey to $50 million is not just about money. It's about becoming the person who naturally attracts it. Everything begins inside you. If you want to attract $50 million, you have to start by changing the way you see yourself. Too many people think that if they just work harder or find the right opportunity, money will flow to them. But the truth is, your external world is a reflection of your internal beliefs. If you don't see yourself as someone who is worthy of wealth, the universe will keep reflecting that belief back to you, no matter how hard you try to change things on the outside. This is why the first key is to focus on your inner world. Ask yourself, do I really believe I am worthy of abundance? Do I see myself as someone who can handle wealth with grace and confidence? If you have doubts or old beliefs telling you that money is hard to get or that you're not good enough to be wealthy, those beliefs will keep showing up in your life. They'll appear as missed opportunities, failed investments, or sudden expenses that drain your resources. You have to become the person who attracts wealth before the wealth appears. This means creating a new identity, one that is built on self-worth, confidence, and trust in the universe. It means letting go of the old stories that tell you you're not enough. When you shift your inner beliefs, you'll notice that the world starts to respond differently. People will treat you with more respect. Opportunities will come to you without struggle. The money you desire will start to flow in ways you never expected. Start by telling yourself every day, I am worthy of $50 million. Feel the truth of those words in your heart. Visualize yourself living a life of abundance, free from worry and fear. Let that image fill your mind and emotions until it becomes your reality. Remember, change starts within. When you believe you are worthy, the mirror of reality has no choice but to reflect that belief back to you. The second key to attracting $50 million is understanding that your identity and your worldview shape everything you experience. Your identity is who you believe you are, and your worldview is how you see the world. Together, they form the blueprint that the universe uses to create your reality. If you see yourself as someone who struggles financially, that's what the universe will keep reflecting. If you believe the world is against you, that belief will shape every experience you have. Think about who you are when you have $50 million. What kind of person are you? How do you carry yourself? What decisions do you make? When you imagine yourself with that kind of wealth, you probably see someone who is confident, generous, and empowered. That's the identity you need to adopt right now before the money appears. When you step into that identity, you start to make choices that align with your new reality. You stop acting from fear and start acting from abundance. Your worldview is just as important. How do you see the world when you're living in abundance? Do you see opportunities everywhere? Do you believe that the universe is always working in your favor? When you adopt a positive and abundant worldview, the universe responds by sending you people, ideas, and situations that match that energy. You'll notice doors opening where there were only walls before. You'll feel a sense of flow and ease that you've never felt before. It's not about pretending or playing a role. It's about becoming the person you want to be from the inside out. It's about letting go of the old identity that says money is hard to get or that you're not good enough. Every day, ask yourself, who am I when I have $50 million? What do I believe about the world? Then live from that place, even if the outer world hasn't caught up yet. When you hold on to your new identity and worldview long enough, the mirror of reality will start to reflect it back to you. That's how you attract the life you've always wanted. Words have power. The thoughts you repeat to yourself every day shape your beliefs, and those beliefs shape your life. That's why affirmations are so important. They are simple sentences that help you create a new identity and reality. If you want to attract $50 million, you need to speak it into existence every single day. By saying the right words with feeling and belief, you plant the seeds that will grow into your new life. Start by saying this affirmation. I am worthy of $50 million. Money flows to me easily and abundantly. Let these words sink deep into your heart. Say them when you wake up in the morning, before you go to bed, and anytime you feel doubt or fear creeping in. The key is to repeat them with conviction, as if they are already true, because the more you say them, the more they become your reality. You might wonder why affirmations work. It's simple. When you speak these words, you're telling the universe what to reflect back to you. You're aligning your inner world with the life you want. The mirror of reality doesn't care whether what you say is positive or negative. It simply reflects what you believe. So when you say, I am worthy of $50 million, you're telling the universe to create situations, opportunities, and relationships that bring that wealth to you. Don't worry if it feels strange at first. Most people aren't used to talking about money in such an abundant way. but the more you do it, the more natural it will feel. Soon, you'll start to notice small changes in your life. You might find unexpected money coming in, new opportunities appearing, or people offering you support you didn't expect. That's the mirror of reality responding to your new belief. Keep saying the affirmation and watch your life transform. One of the biggest reasons people give up on their dreams is because they expect instant results. When they don't see immediate changes, they think it's not working and they give up. But the truth is, in the physical world, things take time to appear. That's why it's so important to trust the process and be patient. Just because you can't see the results yet doesn't mean nothing is happening. The seeds you've planted are growing beneath the surface. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. You water it, give it sunlight, and care for it every day. You don't see anything at first, but that doesn't mean the seed isn't growing. It takes time for it to sprout and become visible. The same thing happens with your goals and desires. When you repeat your affirmations and align your identity with $50 million, you're planting a seed in the universe. It might take time, but if you stay faithful, it will grow. The universe has its own timing, and it always works in your favor. Sometimes delays happen because you need to learn a lesson or grow in some way before you can receive what you want. Other times, things are being arranged behind the scenes to bring you the best possible outcome. Trust that everything is happening exactly as it should. When you stay patient and keep believing, the universe will deliver your $50 million in the perfect way and at the perfect time. So don't let impatience or doubt steal your dream. Hold on to your affirmation. Repeat it every day. Trust that the process is working even when you can't see it. Remember, the mirror of reality is reflecting your beliefs, and if you stay faithful to your new identity, the reflection will change. Your wealth is on its way. Your mind is like a magnet. Whatever you focus on grows stronger in your life. If you focus on lack and problems, you'll see more of them. But if you focus on abundance and what you want, that's what you'll attract. This is one of the most powerful truths about the mirror of reality. It doesn't just reflect your identity, it also reflects your focus. Think about your current situation. Maybe you're worried about bills, debts, or other problems. It's easy to get caught up in those things, but every time you focus on them, you give them more energy. The mirror of reality sees your focus and says, that's what you want more of. So it gives you more of the same. That's why so many people feel stuck in a cycle they can't escape. The key to breaking that cycle is to shift your focus. Instead of thinking about what you don't want, think about what you do want. Visualize yourself living in abundance. Imagine the joy, freedom, and peace that $50 million brings. Feel it in your heart as if it's already here. Every time you catch yourself worrying or complaining, pause and redirect your focus to the life you're creating. Start by being grateful for what you already have. Gratitude is a powerful way to attract more. When you appreciate what you have, the universe responds by giving you more things to be grateful for. Every day, make a habit of listing the things you're grateful for. It could be as simple as the roof over your head, the food you eat, or the people who love you. The more you focus on abundance, the more abundance will flow to you. Remember, the mirror of reality is always listening. It will reflect back to you whatever you focus on. So make sure you're focusing on what you want, not on what you fear. When you focus on abundance, you become a magnet for wealth, opportunities, and blessings. That's how you attract $50 million into your life. Many people get stuck in a cycle of negativity without even realizing it. They look at their life and see bills to pay, problems at work, and struggles with money. Every time they see these things, they feel frustrated or discouraged. That feeling of frustration then shapes their beliefs, and the mirror of reality reflects it right back to them. It's like being caught in a loop where the same struggles keep showing up again and again. But here's the truth. You have the power to break this cycle. When you see challenges in your life, understand that they're just reflections of past beliefs and choices. They don't have to define your future. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, focus on what you want to create. Even if things look difficult right now, remind yourself that this is just the old reflection catching up. It doesn't have to be the reflection you choose to focus on. When you change the way you see things, the things you see start to change. Imagine looking at a mirror. If you see a tired face staring back at you, the solution isn't to clean the mirror. It's to rest, smile, and feel better from the inside. The same is true for your life. Instead of complaining about what's not working, focus on the new image you're creating. Focus on the abundance, the joy, and the freedom that comes with attracting $50 million. Every time you feel negativity trying to pull you back, remind yourself that you're creating a new reality, one that is filled with blessings and opportunities. When you do this consistently, you break the negative cycle. The mirror of reality will have no choice but to reflect your new beliefs and identity. And that's when life starts to feel lighter, easier, and more joyful. This is your power. Use it wisely. One of the most powerful ways to create the life you want is to understand the mirror cycle. Most people live their lives backward in this cycle. They look at the reflection of their current circumstances and then decide how to feel about themselves and their life. For example, they see bills and feel stressed, or they see a small bank balance and feel unworthy. But this approach keeps them stuck because they're always reacting to what they see instead of creating what they want. To change this, you need to reverse the cycle. Start with the image you want to project. In this case, the image is of a person who is already living in abundance, someone who naturally attracts $50 million. Imagine yourself as that person. How do you feel? How do you act? What choices do you make? Hold on to that image and let it shape your beliefs and actions. Once you have that image clear in your mind, trust that the mirror of reality will begin to reflect it back to you. It might start small, a kind gesture, a surprise opportunity, or a feeling of confidence, but as you keep holding that image, the reflection grows stronger. Over time, you'll see more and more evidence that your new reality is taking shape. People will treat you differently. Doors will open. Money will start to flow. This is the secret to becoming a co-creator of your life instead of a puppet of your circumstances. When you choose the image first, the mirror has no choice but to reflect it. Even when things seem slow, keep focusing on the image. Ignore the old reflections that try to pull you back. Stay true to who you've decided to be, and the universe will respond. This is how you build a life of abundance, joy, and freedom. You've come to the end of this journey, and now you know the keys to attracting $50 million into your life. Remember that this is not just about money. It's about transforming who you are from the inside out. You've learned that your inner world shapes your outer reality, that affirmations have the power to change your life, and that patience and trust are essential for success. You've discovered how to focus on what you want, break negative cycles, and use the mirror cycle to create the life you dream of. Every step you take from here is a step towards abundance. Speak your affirmations daily. Visualize your success. Trust the process even when it feels slow. Focus on the blessings you already have and the new ones that are on their way. Choose to see yourself as worthy, confident, and deserving of wealth. When you do this, the universe will align with your new identity, and $50 million, or whatever amount you desire, will flow to you with grace and ease. This is your time. You found this video for a reason, and now you have the tools to change your life. Share this message with others who need it. Subscribe to the channel for more guidance on your journey. Leave a comment below to share your experiences and reflections. Together, we are creating a world of abundance, one belief at a time.